Thank you very much. Welcome. Sit down, everybody. And welcome to the art room. I'm really glad you could make it today. Would you lower the screen, please? Thank you. And here it is, the turbo disc. With a piece of cardboard and some string, you can make this amazing project. Just loop it around your fingers. Give it a twirl and get started. Feel the power of the turbo disc. Well, I suggest we all move over to the art room so that we can get started making ours. See you there. Okay, welcome back to the art room for our episode about the turbo disc. I can hardly wait to show you this one, kind of a retro project we're doing today. But before we do, let's see if we can get James with our supply list for what we're going to need today. James, take it away.
Okay, for this episode, we'll need a thin piece of cardboard, Elmer's glue, a piece of string, something to poke a hole with, markers, and of course, your imagination.
Hey, I really have had a lot of fun making these cardboard discs over the course of the week, getting ready to show them to you, and it's just been a real treat to kind of revisit this. They're all over the internet. Some people call them spinners. They go by all kinds of different names. In fact, you can even make one with a button if you have a button that's kind of big enough. And we're going to show you how to build one here in a minute. You are going to want to find some thin cardboard, and this is a piece of frosted mini wheats, of course. That would be great, or maybe a piece of a Coke container, a couple of pieces, or anything that's got this kind of a nice dense cardboard, because we need two pieces of it. So I'm going to go ahead and use this frosted mini wheats thing, and a CD, if you have an old CD or a DVD, happens to be just the right size for your turbo disc. So I'm going to lay that down on top of my cardboard, and I'm going to trace around it. Okay. One copy and two copies. Okay, so after we have our two copies, then I'm going to grab my scissors and cut them out as carefully as you can. It seems that the turbo disc itself will rotate better and smoother without a wobble. You'll see what I mean after a while. If you can cut it out really precisely and keep it true. So let's cut out both of those circles. Here's one, and let's get the other one going here. Alright, that's great. Let's get that out of the way then. And time to grab the Elmer's glue. If you have a glue stick, that's okay too. I'm going to use Elmer's glue. And I'm going to put the glue on the side with the printing because it's the side that we're not going to be drawing on. Obviously, it's got a picture on it, so we kind of would like a blank area for our design that we're going to use. Okay, and I'm going to, as I do so many times, smear this around with my fingertip, kind of paying particularly to the edge because I want these two discs to really stick together well. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's grab the other piece and we'll set it on top. Like so. Okay, and try to get them lined up as good as you can and really stuck together. Oh, that's good. That's going to be a great disc there. While I have my CD here, I'm going to take a little measurement here. I'm going to draw around in the ring there, like that. Now that ring is going to help me place my holes for my strings to go through after a bit. So I'm going to come in just a little bit, and I'm going to draw a hole there, and try to evenly space it, and a hole there. Okay, so those are going to be my holes for my disc here. So get something pointy. If you have a pair of scissors, that's okay, or maybe you're lucky enough to have like a nail or something. I've got this little pointy knife thing here, so I'm going to go ahead and pierce a hole through there. Don't make it too big right at the beginning, and I'm going to pierce a hole there as well. Okay. If I can find something that's got kind of a nice gradual hole, I can make my hole a little bigger. The end of this paintbrush, I think, is going to be okay, so that I can get my string through that hole when we're ready to spin it up. Okay. All right, how you doing so far with yours? You doing okay? All right, yes, very good. And that is looking pretty good for our disc there. Okay, then it's time to start thinking about what kind of a design we want to put on our turbo disc. So let's go back and take a look at the one that I've been using and showed you in the video. Just kind of had fun playing around with this one, kind of a sort of a radial design, and this one I just kind of broken up into some shapes. So let's take a look at some radial designs here coming across the screen. Yeah, and some really neat ideas there. If you want to do a radial design, I say go for it. Really a good format for our disc. But for mine, I'm going to do kind of two different ideas. I'm going to start off by sketching. I want a big spiral here. I want to see if maybe this will rotate really well. So I'm going to sketch out a spiral here on mine, like a moving spiral on that side. Let's see what happens. We'll see what it looks like when it goes. I bet it'll look neat. Okay. Kind of a cool, let me change that around a little bit. Kind of a cool spiral on one side. That's what I'm going to do. And on the other side, I'm just going to have fun with it. Let's see. I'm going to do like some flower petals. This is a kind of a symmetric design as well. So I'll sketch that out. Okay, well that's kind of a nice start, and then I think I'll do some diamonds in here in between to kind of complicate the design a little bit, like that. And I might even do some other things too. So I'm going to grab my marker, and I'm going to go into kind of a fast motion here like we do sometimes. Okay, well as you can see, I've been using my black marker to make my beginning designs. Now I'm going to go in and have some fun with my markers. So as you can see, I've added a little bit with colored pencils on top of my marker work. Kind of one of my favorite things to do, use markers and use colored pencils to kind of brighten up some of these areas and make it look just a little neater look. So now that we're all colored in, we are ready to get our string. And this is just a cotton cord that we've used on a lot of things in the art room. So I'm going to take my yardstick here, or whatever you have, and measure off about a yard, 36 inches. And here we go, here's a string. So I've cut off a 36-inch piece. Getting it through the hole can be a little iffy, so I'm going to try shoving it through with my my paintbrush handle here and see how that goes. Okay. Alright, there's one side, and then stick the other side in. I got pretty lucky. Let's see if I'll get lucky like that again. Sometimes I put a little bit of tape over the end of the string to get it through there. I think I got it made. I'll be darned, that's good. So once you get it through your both holes there in your turbo disc, then take both ends together and just run it around your fingertip and make a knot. Okay. And I'm going to cut off that extra. Okay. Okay then, now that we have run our string through, we are ready to set the turbo disc in motion. So what you need to do is practice a little bit. It may not come easy, it may come right away, I'm not quite sure. So I've got the string centered. Bring both parts of the string up till they're about even, like that. Okay, and kind of balance it so it's standing straight up in the air. Revolve it around a few turns and give it a pull, then let go. Give it a pull and then let go. And hey, here we go. Ah, that's great. Can you hear that sound it's making? Oh, that's terrific. So there you have it. The turbo disc. We did it. We did it. Okay. Well, very good. I hope you had a great time making yours. And just as we always say here in the art room, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, you've always got something to be proud of. You're an artist. So stick with it, and we'll be right back here with you next time in Mr. Shay's Art Room.